Hey, I'm Meredith. I'm an American accent coach, and in today's video I'm going to teach you 4 tongue twisters that are going to help you with your articulation and improve your pronunciation in American English. Each tongue twister focuses on a particular set of sounds in English that are challenging for non-native speakers. Make sure to click the link that's here or in the description below to download the PDF practice sheet for this exercise. One more thing before we get started. How would you like to have a free accent coaching session with me? When you finish this video, make sure to leave a comment because on February 20th, I'm going to randomly select one of the commenters and they will win a free one-on-one 30-minute accent coaching session. So don't forget to leave a comment on this video after you finish. You can comment to let me know how you did with the tongue twisters or what kind of video you might like to see next. Let's get started. This tongue twister focuses on the vowel sounds E and I. First, I'm going to say it, and then we're gonna break it down and analyze it together. Strict vegans eat beet chips with bean dip and keep meat and fish dishes out of reach. Now let's break that down. So starting with the first word, we have strict, which has a couple consonant clusters, so let's just pronounce every consonant slowly. S, t, and then we have our I vowel sound. K, t, strict. And then we have vegan, so make sure we're doing the vibrating v sound, followed by E, V, and then the second syllable is a soft one, so we have schwa, gens. Almost sounds like there's no vowel at all, so we say g, n, z, vegans. Make sure that's a vibrating z sound, not vegans, but vegans. Let's connect that to eat. Vegans eat, vegans eat. Beat, vegans eat, beat. And then we have our ch, I, p, s, chips. Let's go from chips to with, chips with. So even though I have to pause a little bit to change the position of s and w, I'm not making a big pause. So it's chips with. And we finish with the th sound. So tongue between the teeth. Then we're gonna do the same thing from with bean. So with, and then quickly I switch over to b, with bean. Make that vowel nice and long, bean. From the n sound of bean, I'm already in the perfect mouth position to say d. So I have the American d sound. It's not the, it's d. And then we have our I vowel, bean dip. Bean dip. Here I have a comma so I can actually have an audible pause, and then continue with and keep. And keep. And you'll see throughout these exercises that the word and can be pronounced with the D or without the D. And keep or and keep. For me, it feels more natural to say and keep. So we have and then I'm gonna transition quickly to and keep, and make that E nice and long. And keep. I have to release the air to make the P of keep, and then jump quickly back into for meat. Keep meat, keep meat. So there's a little tiny pause in there. Now when I say meat, make the vowel sound long, E, meat. But that T at the end, because it comes at the end of a word, and the next word is a vowel, meat, and, rather than pronouncing a strong T sound, I'm going to pronounce this as a tapped T. This is a really common feature of North American English. So instead of meat and, I'm gonna say meat and. Kind of sounds like a D. Meat and, meat and. And again, that and, I could also reduce it down to an. And fish. So I have f-ish. And fish. And then from that sh, I gotta jump into my mouth position for d again. Fish dishes, vibrating z, fish dishes. That z of dishes, I gotta connect it to out, dishes out, dishes out. Make sure that's round as a diphthong, dishes out. That T, once again, I'm gonna reduce it to a tapped T. So instead of out of, I'm gonna say out of, out of. Transitioning from the v of, let's go to of reach, of reach. So we have an E, let's make it nice and long, reach. So not sh, but ch, reach. Now let's go through the whole thing again, this time really slowly. I want you to pay attention to where I'm stretching out some of the sounds and how I'm connecting each word to the next. As I do this, you can repeat along with me or Press pause to repeat after me. Strict vegans eat beet chips with bean dip and keep meat and fish dishes out of reach. Strict vegans eat beet chips with bean dip and keep meat and fish dishes out of reach. In this next tongue twister, we are focused on the consonant sounds and So make sure that for your sound in American English, we are not doing any tapping. So it's not nothing like that. It should be And then for our L sound, we're gonna make it a little bit further back in the throat. So instead of la, 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 like we might see in Spanish, we're gonna say la, 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 l. So let's get started. I'm going to read the tongue twister first, and then we're gonna break it down. I really ran around 11 large red roses late last night. Let's start with the first word, which is I. We have a diphthong, so I need to hear I. And then without turning off the voice, let's connect that to the of really. I really. I really. I really. Same thing here. At really, that E that we have, let's connect that to of ran. Really ran. Make sure your vowels are nice and big. Really ran. Really ran. Now, of course, we're going to connect that N of ran to the vowel of the next word, which is schwa, round. So we have a short little sound and then the big vowel, which is a diphthong, ow. Around, but make sure we're connecting ran around. Same thing here with around. Let's connect it to 11. Around 11. Now to connect n to l, our tongue is already in the very same position. So 11 large, 11 large. Careful with this sound because we have make sure we're doing our English and then we have the j sound, which I know is really challenging, but just make sure we're lifting up j, and then exploding the sound down, j. Now let's connect that to red. They don't connect neatly, but we're gonna do it without much of a pause. Large red, make sure our English D is here, And then once again, let's connect that to of roses. Red, we release and then jump right into Red roses. Make sure both of these S's are pronounced like a Z, vibrating sound. Roses. It's not roses, but roses. Now we have late, roses, late. So we have a diphthong, late, last night. Now in these three words, they all end with a written T, and in the American accent, we often soften our T sounds and replace them with something else. In this case, I'm gonna replace them with a glottal stop. So instead of t, I'm gonna say I stop the air in my throat. So for example, when I say something like uh-oh, that sound you're making in the middle there, that's the glottal stop because you stop the air here with your throat. So let's try that. Instead of late last night, I'm gonna soften all of those T's and say late, stop the air here, late last night. Now let's say the entire tongue twister slowly. Notice how I stretch out certain vowel sounds and notice how I connect every word. I want you to do it along with me, or if you would rather, pause the video and repeat after me. I really ran around 11 large red roses late last night. I really ran around 11 large red roses late last night. Our next tongue twister focuses on the sounds sh and ch. The difference there is that sh is a sound that I can extend, and the sound ch explodes and then it's over, so I can't extend it. Ch, ch. I have to let it go and then move on. Let's start with this tongue twister. I'm gonna read it first and then we'll break it down. The fisher searched for a fish and chip shop along the chilly seashore. Let's break this tongue twister down. Starting with the first word, we have the. So tongue between the teeth, vibrating, and then schwa. The. And then we have f, our I vowel sound, fi, sh, sh, sh. So that's the sound like you're telling someone to be quiet, shh. And then we're gonna treat that E like a schwa. So we're going directly from sh to Sure, that S should be pronounced vibrating. Z. Fishers. We end fishers with a vibrating z, and then we start search with a voiceless s. Fishers. Notice how my voice turns on and then off. Fishers. Z. Practice that a couple times. Z. Z. Fishers searched. And then at the end of searched, we have ch, the exploding sound, ch, and then t. Searched. 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 Let's continue with with the word a, we treat it like schwa, and then continue into fish, fish. Until now we have the fishers searched for a fish, and then the word and, I can pronounce it with a D, and, or without it, I can just drop it, and. Let's do that one because that one is more common and more comfortable, so fish and chips. Notice how easy it is to connect everything when we drop the D. Fish and and then we go into ch. My tongue is already close enough. Ch. Fish and chips. Fish and chips. Fish and chips. Now that's of chips. Let's connect it to the sh of shop. Chips. Shop. Notice how I change it. Fish and chips shop. Shop is followed with a vowel, which is the schwa of long. Shop along. Make sure there's no pause. Shop along. Shop along. And then from along, let's go into the again. So tongue between the teeth, vibration, and then schwa. Along the. Let's connect that the to chili. So so without a pause, the chili. Notice our vowel sound. So we have ch, which leads into the vowel I, ch. And then we have ul leading into e, li. I, chili, chili. Chili, C, make that vowel long, C. The chili sea shore. The chili sea shore. The chili sea shore. Now I'm going to read all of it together very slowly. I want you to notice how I'm treating the vowels, how I'm pronouncing everything, and how I'm connecting everything. So do it along with me or listen and pause and repeat after me. Let's do it. The fishers searched for a fish and chip shop along the chilly seashore. I almost ran out of breath. The fishers searched for a fish and chip shop along the chilly seashore. For this last tongue twister, we are focusing on the TH sounds, that is the voiceless th and the voiced v sounds. I'm going to read it first, and then we're going to practice together. They left the thrift shop and both bought theater tickets for this Thursday. Now let's break it down. So you know with the TH sounds, our tongue has to be between the teeth. So we have th and v. Let's start off with they, which is with our voiced v sound, and then we follow it with our diphthong. They. Now without putting a pause in there, let's connect that to left. They left. Now make sure you pronounce the whole consonant cluster. Left, left. And because this T is part of a consonant cluster, it's not a glottal stop, it's a proper T sound. They left. And now with the smallest space possible, let's start the. So we have our tongue between our teeth again, voiced V, and then schwa, the. They left the. Now we have another consonant cluster, and then our vowel I, and then another t, I, thrift. They left the thrift, and then let's connect that to shop. Thrift shop. I barely let go of that T, thrift, and I'm already starting shop. Thrift shop. Now we have a comma here so we can safely pause and then continue with and both. So we have and then don't turn off the voice, don't pause, and both. Now this vowel, you gotta make sure it's a diphthong. So I wanna hear oh. I hear Spanish speakers often say both. We gotta make it round. Bow, both. And then we finish with tongue between the teeth. We're blowing air, both. And both, and then continue into bought. So even though it's spelled with a lot of different letters, this is pronounced b-a-t, bought. But because I have an American accent, I'm not going to pronounce t, bought, but I'm gonna use a glottal stop and say bought. I stop the air here in my throat, bought. From that glottal stop, let's move on to theater. Theater has more than one correct pronunciation, so you might hear theater or theater. I say theater, so that's how I'm gonna teach it. So we have just air with the tongue between the teeth, the, and then I'm gonna go into schwa, the, and then tapped T, theater, theater, bought theater, and then move on into tickets, tickets, tickets. Both bought theater tickets. So we have our S at the end there. Then let's move on into for, but we're gonna reduce that down and not say for, but something a little bit smaller. For. Tickets for, and then we have voiced TH sound. For this, and then we have our voiceless sound again, Thursday. Now let's do the whole thing together. I'm gonna do it really slow, and I want you to repeat along with me or listen to me and pause as you need to and repeat after me. They left the thrift shop and both bought theater tickets for this Thursday. They left the thrift shop and both bought theater tickets for this Thursday. Remember that you can download the free PDF practice sheet for this exercise, which you can find using the link in the description of this video. Also, don't forget to leave your comment so that you can be entered into the raffle to win a free one-on-one session with me. That's it, and I'll see you next time.